Hello! To those reading this forward, this is the Journal of Mighty Armadillo. Enclosed in this book are my travel notes about the many places I visited across this great and amazing world we call Mobius. My dream is to be the first Mobian to travel all across this great and wide world of ours, visiting each country, zone, and every settlement in between. Hopefully with these notes, I may inspire you to travel to these places for yourself. By far, one of the coldest places I've ever been is Holoska. Why I decided to come here is a mystery in and of itself, but as a traveler, it's my duty to archive and admire the natural beauty of our world. Okay, to start off, Holoska isn't just ice and snow. There is tons of it to be sure. But the country is 35% Arctic tundra that consists of harsh winds and next to frozen or freezing ponds and lakes. I will say, though, the pines are beautiful that time of year. Farther down south and uncomfortably on a floor of 5 to 6 foot thick ice, I found myself stumbling upon a family village upon the frozen crags. The people there were a friendly, kind, and resilient bunch. They make their home on the ice caps near the shore of the Holoskan coast. However, the village does move frequently during the warm and cold seasons. During the warm seasons, the village fishermen catch their daily meals known as mon. Typically, this fish is smoked with spices that can be found on the mainland if you know where to look for it. Unfortunately, the Inuits have no vegetarian alternatives in way of food, so I had to make do and break my own dietary code. Oregano and caraway are the primary spices used for this dish. Very spicy, and it does a heck of a job keeping you warm. And while I don't eat meat, I will say it tasted pretty good. One ingenious thing the family thought of was how to keep their food fresh during the cold seasons. They have their own little storage area inside the caps of the ice which allow the meat and fish to stay fresh for weeks on end. However, some of the meat does stay frozen. Good luck trying to thaw that out. Much like in Mazurai, during the night, the family gathers around the central bonfire, and the men tell fishing stories. Tales of huge fish and whales coming up right beside their fishing kayaks. Tales of the one that got away. And if you're lucky, you can catch the amazing miracle of nature called the Holoskan Lights. A stunning display of aurora that lights up the night sky. On my way out of the village, the ladies and the village grandmother Ursul were kind enough to give me some furs to keep me warm during the trek back inland. I will say, even though I hate the cold, seeing and meeting everyone in this village and experiencing their way of life really does show how resilient and tenacious life can be, sticking it to the harshness of nature. Now here's a spot I never wanted to leave. Adabat. Located on the southern peninsula of the Great Eastern Continent just south of Chunnan, this country is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. A tropical oasis with serene and gorgeous beaches along its coast. One of the islands I visited had a simple and humble little fishing town that's a hotspot for some tourists, if you know where to go, that is. There are boathouses along the northern shoreline, as well as wood huts that sit on stilts on the shallow water. Speaking of the water, it's so crystal clear that you can see the beautiful aquatic life underneath the gentle tides. Honker, blue tang, surgeon, and all kinds of tropical fish of all colors and sizes. The townsfolk were very polite and hospitable as well. They earn their income and food by catching the fish that come from the shallow water. The town also has a healthy abundance of coconut palm trees, which they use for some of their fresh water. However, most of their fresh water comes from the inland rivers that flow from the waterfalls and run off the high jungle cliffs. During the day, these hardy people eat just about as much as they work. The food in Adabat's southern hotspots is unparalleled to the rest of the world's cuisine. The tropical fruit is exquisite, and the regional favorite of sparkle gelatin absolutely melts in your mouth. Take it from someone who is rather particular about his food, you do not want to miss out on it. As I stated before, I'm a vegetarian, so I didn't have any of the fish. Unlike Holoska, however, I was able to dine on some alternative cuisine. The fruit was exceptionally good. The grilled peaches and bananas were unbelievable. When the sun goes down, these people love to party, and party hard do they ever. The town I visited in particular was very lively, especially around twilight, just when the sun is about to go down. Everyone heads to the central pier where the fly fishing beachside shop can be located. The whole town orders a drink that they call Tropic Juice, which, let's just say, gives them an extra incentive to party as hard as they do, if you know what I mean. I didn't have the adult version of the drink, being only 16, but luckily for me, they did have a child's variation. And by the heavens, was that drink so delicious. Just the right blend of tropical fruit juices, citrus, and a hint of what I only assume is cream of coconut. All in all, Adabat is definitely in my top 5 favorite locations on Mobius. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked that video, give it a like and be sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to keep up to date with all the videos I make, be sure to hit the bell above the description. This is Big Blue VA, signing out.